Welcome to Horror Movies and Beyond. Today, I'm joined by one of the stars from sci-fi thriller Project Dorothy. Let's welcome Scream Queen Danielle Harris.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fabulous now because I get to talk to you.
Ah, thanks.
Yes, this film came across my email. I checked it out, and it was quite different. It was quite different. I did enjoy Dorothy most of all. Her sassiness, and she was a manipulator. I really thought it was really cool and interesting to hear your voice as a character because I'm usually seeing you
Right.
in blood and running.
Right. Me too, girlfriend. Me too.
So I'm going to do a quick synopsis. After a botched robbery, two men take a refuge in a remote, lifeless scientific facility, inadvertently awaken a monster within, Dorothy. So, my question for you, how was it to be on the other side of being the stalker and studying the weaknesses and the strengths of these people? I mean, that seems quite different from
Yes. I
what
mean,
I
that's
remember.
why that's why I took the job. I was like, yay, I don't get to be the victim. I get to be the one victimizing people. That's way more fun, I'll tell you. And I'm not running and covered in blood and crying and screaming. And, I get to be the manipulator with my ninja tactics and get to play around and, figure out voice work is always the best because, as you know, you're sitting behind a microphone. You could be cozy and in your comfy clothes and you don't have to be all in it to still be very much a part of it. And they shot the film before we did the voiceover work, so it
Mhm.
was also challenging and interesting to try to learn how to dance with the dialogue in between because there's everything is timed. So
Mhm.
I have to play with the time. It's almost like when you're doing ADR and you've got your beeps and like, okay, I've got to get those words exactly where they need to be coming out of my mouth. And then it's a talent to be able to do that kind of stuff. So I like that challenge for sure, trying to make it work and to figure out where she needs to be computer and where she needs to be human and how that dialogue would sound and what those words would be. That was really fun too.
So, did you audition? Did you voice audition for this, or did you read a few lines and they were like, "Okay, we got our
I had
Dorothy."
actually worked with the director on another project,
Okay.
so that I only had a very small part in, not too long before this one, and then they just called and said, "Hey, would Danielle would want to be part of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, she seems super fun, especially when the project's called Project Dorothy, and then you're like, well, what's the role?" And they're like, Dorothy, and you're like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, because like I said, it was just so different. I mean, in because I grew up watching your films from when you were a little girl and things like that. So seeing you as this AI
Hmm.
being, but that goes to show like how different for you to be AI, this digital age of where the killer is not just holding a knife and coming after
Hmm.
you and things like that, but it just went through this evolution to this character that we can only see the red face. Is that you?
Hmm.
Did they take an
That was
image?
there. No, that was already done before.
Oh, okay.
And then
So,
yeah, we did everything was else was added after.
oh, okay. But how was that feeling? I mean, I know we said a little bit earlier, but just that like you were coming with the times.
I think that it's, it's sort of like the way I described it earlier was if you are, say you're an actor auditioning for a cartoon
Hmm.
and you don't know what the cartoon looks like, but you've got this list of of traits, characteristics. That's kind of how I think I approach Dorothy. So knowing, okay, this I don't really have that image of what she should look like, because like if you get the cartoon drawing after you read the breakdown of what they're looking for, you can go, oh, okay, I know how that girl would sound, or I know how that
Mm.
man would sound, or that animal or that monster or whatever it is that you're playing, that you're reading for voiceover. So without having a visual image, I didn't know really what she looked like, so I didn't know how she would
Mm.
sound. um the dialogue was definitely written seductively and sassy, so I knew that there was a bit of flirtation to her, which so that added the human aspect of it. But definitely finding those those beats and those moments was for sure the most challenging parts of it, but super fun and different than anything that I've done before.
Yeah, I mean, she was sassy. I mean, but she was polite. It was a polite way, because as I was listening to her, I was like, well, she is asking nicely.
Right, right.
I mean, it's not like, do what I say now or something.
Right.
So I was like, well, I probably would just do it just to.
I mean, Hannibal Lecter was very polite too, but he's still Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. So when they shot this first, did you watch it and then kind of develop your own idea of the voice, or was it?
No, I literally watched scene by scene, just beat by beat.
Oh, isn't that something?
From beginning to end, which is actually great, because then I get to know these guys in real time and ramp up exactly where it needed to be. So I didn't have to, when you're shooting something and you're out of sequence, you never, sometimes the final product, you don't know if it's going to cohesively go together. Cause you're like, well, I didn't know that it was going to be like that when I shot the ending first. I didn't know that earlier, this is the way that I was. I looked so disheveled and a mess in the beginning because I shot that first. Then you're like, oh, I wish I could have done it again. So it's nice to see something in real time, because I could create that character arc with the co-stars and get to the end and get to that level and know that it flows nicely without needing to finesse it in editing.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting and fun, knowing that if you're watching it, it's like you watching it, the beat by beat of what they're doing till we hear your voice. That's, that has a little creepiness to it.
And I'm watching it as the actor, I'm watching the scene, and I'm able to pick up things in real time. So it seems organic because it is organic, and then play with that at the same time, versus having something scripted that I have to stick to and then plugging it into an area where I might have missed something.
Yes, you have to go see this. It's very different for Danielle. And like I said, I grew up watching probably 99% of the films you were in. So I'm lucky. I'm old school. But seeing this definitely give a different perspective of where horror is going. It's not just a physical form, it's a digital form. And that is scary, because some of this is in real life. AI is taking over. This is it. And it showed
didn't a robot stab someone at working? Was some story recently about a robot stabbed somebody. Oh, so, damn! Here we go. It's already happening in real life.
Well, they have them dancing. They have them getting your groceries, bringing your groceries. They have little doggies now. You could go for a walk.
That's so weird. It's just so weird to me. It's weird to us because of our generation, old school. I don't know I think the new kids don't know. The new kids, they don't know. My kids back in the olden days when you had to hold the phone to your ear to hear somebody. I'm like, olden days, but it was the olden days. So I think we're moving fast. We're moving very, very fast. But to our generation, I don't think this generation realizes how scary it's going to get.
And another thing, Dorothy was billed a long time ago, and she lay dormant. And so she still had that mentality of wanting to learn. So all that time, it's like, I know there's more out there. I need to get these guys to give it to me. And she is trying her hardest in any kind of way to get them to just follow what she needs and what she wants.
Right.
And it's always so polite the entire time. Even when she's a little mad, it's like, come on, you want to. So, but you guys out there have to see Project Dorothy. It is really interesting. You see the dynamics of these characters, and then you see Dorothy come in trying to pull people apart, try to manipulate, very sassy, great voice, creepy. And then you'll see these things happening around that. Remind me of the movie Runaway, where things just move and do things. I mean, it's so cool. They would definitely enjoy this film. It comes out January 16th, right?
Yep, 16th.
Yeah. VOD, digital HD is so fun. And I have to say, before I go, this is my third time interviewing you. I don't know if you remember.
How long ago?
Monster Palooza. I was dressed as a Ghostbuster the second time.
Okay, got it.
And the one before that at Monster Palooza, and I was just starting out.
Yay.
That means good luck. This is going to do great.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and enjoy my other videos on my channel.